I probably should be sleeping tonight right now because I have to get up so early tomorrow. But I find myself reflecting on my past couple months, and even like my Facebook memories keep coming up, and let's just say the next 8 years of my Facebook memories are great memories, but it then steers into overthinking of my past couple months, and it makes me sad because sometimes you don't expect life to go the way that it does sometimes. And I don't think back and like regret anything. It's just like, wow. Like, it's crazy how fast things can change, of anything you're dealing with in your life or the people that are in your life. And yeah, I just felt myself like really thinking about that tonight, just about how much things have changed since 3 months ago, and where you never in your life expected things to go. But I am a huge believer of the universe. The universe is on my side, and I know that. And sometimes things happen that you just gotta trust the universe, and I do. But when you have a desired outcome that you want and it doesn't go that way, you really have to remember that it was never meant to go that way. And exactly how your life is going right now is how it was supposed to go. And you might not always like the universe's plan for you, but you just have to trust it and know that it's going to be the best thing for you. And I have had to remind myself of that, because I can say the past 3 months have not been how I ever expected them to go. But that's okay, because the universe is on my side, and I know that.
She only says goodnight. Oh, she can tell when she's alone. Oh no. Oh, she is asleep when I would never sink again.
I'm sitting in my car about to go for a run. Something about my YouTube channel and my life is that I like to share it, and I like to share my adventures. I like to share my adventures and things that I do, and all the things that I've already shared before are my adventures of hiking. I have people reach out to me and ask me questions because they saw my videos, and I just love that. But more importantly, I just really enjoy what I do with that. And I was thinking about like, how am I gonna, I don't have to vlog this moment. But it's like big moments that you like almost want to capture for 10 years down the road. You can look back and be like, wow, today was probably one of the hardest days of my life that I can remember. Oh God, today's a very emotional day. Those who are in my life know what the past 3 months have been like for me, and it's been so tough watching from the outside, looking into the situation that I'm in. You know, I saw the comments that people made via Facebook and social media about me that don't know me and don't know two sides of a story. And I mean, I have good people in my life to say that didn't affect me too much. It's just crazy how people are so quick to judge and say things about something that they have no idea what they're even talking about, and or like who they're even talking about. In the past 3 months, some things that I never in a million years expected, especially from people that meant so much to me, and people that were in my life for so long. but sometimes you just have to do what you have to do to take care of yourself, and it doesn't mean that it's gonna be easy and you have to make hard choices that I never thought in my life I would have to make. But today was like a closing door. I asked to deal with the emotions that came with the past 3 months, but it was an eye-opener, and it really shows your strengths of how much you can take from other people that don't even know you, and things that sometimes you find yourself in making decisions that you have to make. And today I'm just taking in the emotions. It's definitely something. You can't just ignore your emotions. You always got to deal with them. It's so important for you to do that. And I have no idea if I'm even gonna put this out there, but they're documentations of my life and things that I'm going through. That was like a milestone, I feel like. But for me, it really feels like day one of just like really putting everything and like dealing with everything, and just knowing that like this was like a huge moment in my life, almost. Probably one of the hardest things I've ever had to deal with. And I'm very much looking forward to 3 months from now, looking back to 6 months ago, and being able to just totally put this behind me and flourish, and just continue to become the person that I'm proud to be. Thankful that, you know, you get through it. Today's day one. I'm gonna go for a run, and I wish everyone that was involved in today, yeah, it's all good. Today's day one, and I'm grateful for the sunshine today. And I'm excited for the future and whatever that has to offer for me. But yeah, I'm going for a run. Feel Mother Nature against my face. Bye. This video is going to be a lot different than my previous videos that have been a lot of adventures and the things that I've been doing so far in summer 2020 with the pandemic going along right now. But this video is something that I have had in the back of my mind to put up and make awareness to for a couple different reasons. Now, I can say that this video 3 or 4 months ago would have been a lot different than it will be today. And that's because it really goes to show for me that when you are in a situation, your emotions can really run you sometimes, and my emotions 3 or 4 months ago were a lot different than how they are now. The reason why I am making awareness to this particular video is because I do believe there is medicine that we can extract from this video. I am speaking to the people that were indirectly involved in the situation that I was going through in the past 3 or 4 months. I'm not going to go into story time because that would be a very long video, but for those who know me or follow myself or the other on social media would know what I'm talking about. But very long story short, at the end of February, I left my 8-year relationship. It was a choice that I made for myself. There just comes a time where you really have to put yourself first and kind of ask yourself what you're worth and what you truly want in your life. I was raised Catholic. I am a very spiritual person. I always have been. I believe that there's a God. I believe that God is leading us in the direction that we are meant to go, and He will add and remove things that are either meant to be in your life or not meant to be in your life. Also, I talk with my hands, so I'm sorry if I'm like doing things. Anyways, I always distract myself, so I wanted to put that out there. But I am a very spiritual person, and I always have been. And
In my relationships, the one that I was recently in and even before that, I have always told myself that whatever is meant to be in my life will be, and whatever is not meant to be in my life won't be. And it just came a time for me in this particular relationship, I was getting signs all the time from spirit, you know, stating that this wasn't meant to be for me. And I knew for a while, but at the same time, it takes strength to actually make that step or make that choice for yourself. And I found that strength in me at the end of February to put myself first, in that sense that I was just accepting that the relationship that I was currently in was not one that was meant for me. And I truly trust my spirit and my guide to give me those signs and show me the way. Alongside of that, I was and am going through a health situation that needed 100% of me. And I knew that I couldn't give a percentage to somebody else if everything in my being was telling me that I needed 100% of myself to recover and get better and heal on my health issues. And things took a turn that I wasn't expecting, and it created a lot of fear, a lot of discomfort and anxiety. And, you know, after spending 8 years with somebody, you just don't, it was just a very unexpected situation. It was very unpredictable at the time. It became very social, and that is why I am speaking about it today, because it became very social on social media from one side rather than mine. Just feeling so shocked that, you know, it took a turn the way that it did, completely unexpected. Emotions sometimes can run you, and there was a reason why my spirit was pulling me away from putting a video out there in regards to what's happened in my life the past 3 or 4 months, and chose now, is because I feel so different compared to then to now. I don't disregard everything that I have felt and the things that I saw. When things happen in your life that you are not expecting, whether it's somebody treats you a certain way or something is taken from you, or, you know, you're given news that you just weren't expecting and you're in shock, it does cause somebody to react a certain way, whether that's rational or irrational. Through this experience, I have definitely learned that there are people in this world that are very narcissistic and or have narcissistic behaviors, and that's kind of the situation that I found myself in. The past 3 or 4 months was probably one of the worst experiences that I have ever gone through. It became very social on Facebook more specifically, and the reason why I choose to talk about it is because I saw a situation explode over social media and everyone just attacked it from one side and only knew one side, or didn't even know what was going on and still felt that they had the right to say anything at all. I had a ton of people message me out of genuine care and support, and then people who messaged me out of genuine curiosity. I had a lot of people reach out to me and give me their full support and tell me that they're there for me and that I'm safe with them, and then last minute say, just kidding, good luck, sorry you're going through this, and then kind of just like left me there. And I understand that it's so natural for humans to get curious about things that are being plastered all over social media. But the reason why that I wanted to address it on my end, and yes, it's been 3 or 4 months, I wanted to express this situation coming from a good place and a peaceful place, and honestly just a better place. And not to target anyone, but more so take away the lesson that can be learned from it. There was a lot of people that felt the right to comment on the posts and things that were being said about me or about the situation. I didn't even know these people, which means they know nothing about me. You don't even know what you're commenting about or who you're commenting about. And the biggest thing that I saw and learned that I want to share on my platform is that there are always 2 sides to every story. I saw all those Facebook comments. I read all of them. And Even though there are two sides to every story, people still felt the right to say something about somebody that they don't even know, or about a situation that they don't even know. So I'm talking to all the people right now that thought that it was okay to say something about somebody that they don't even know. There is a difference between being friends with someone, knowing someone is an acquaintance, or being in a relationship with someone. And I don't think people actually understand that. Because of the constant agony that I went through, I had to do what I had to do to get protection for myself. And going through that process on top of seeing everybody else on social media about me was probably one of the hardest things that I've ever had to go through. It was a process that I had never been through before, and even now I understand why it needed to be in place. And the biggest thing that I took away from it that I just want to share with everyone on this platform is that you don't know someone unless you truly know someone. And just because you're friends with someone doesn't mean you know them to the exact extent of being in a relationship with somebody. Anyone watches this video that was indirectly involved by commenting on social media, my message to you is just know your place of whether or not it's right for you to say anything at all. Because if you don't know what you don't know, then don't get involved. There was somebody on the other side reading and watching everything unfold. And it wasn't easy. It sucked. And it was hard. And it made the process that I had to go through for myself even harder, watching everything explode over social media. Not even directly from the other person, but through the people that were engaging and like filling in those emotions. Things got a lot better because I took action and spoke up and said something. It's taught me a lot about myself. I've learned a lot about how to handle these type of situations. Speaking from the other side too, it causes people to really realize why they are the way that they are and why they've made the choices that they've made in their life. And when I was able to handle the situation, go through that process of protecting myself and kind of closing that door, it really brought me a lot of peace. It brought me a lot of peace knowing that I stood up for myself. And I did something that a lot of women don't do. And I have the greatest spirit guide in my life that I just know what I deserve. And I spoke up for myself. And it wasn't just for me, it was for all the women that don't. So after going through this process and kind of closing that door, it was so much easier for me to find peace within my heart and find that forgiveness when I came face to face to the situation. The hardest thing emotionally that I ever had to do. After so long of spending your life with somebody and it goes a direction that you never expected, and you're watching this person finally realize what just unfolded right before their eyes. People in my life that I cared about for so long hit rock bottom. A blessing, yes, but difficult emotionally, yes. I'm grateful that that door is closed and I can reopen a new one to flourish and find myself and discover who I am and move on with my life. And it was a lot easier for me to find peace and feel that forgiveness when that door was finally closed. Because when it was open and exploding all over social media, I was terrified. I was so uncomfortable forgiving the situation so that I can fully close that door. I don't believe that that person that did the wrong should, for the rest of their life, be shamed for it. If someone goes to jail and then gets out of jail and is still being shamed for what they did that got them in jail, what is the point of them even being here? The last 3 months of my life was complete hell. It created so much unexpected emotion, depression, scary, horrible thoughts in my life. I did what I had to do to handle the situation. And I'm so incredibly grateful for the people that I have in my life to guide me through the way. And I was really relying on my spiritual side and my faith to get me through the situation. That horrible place caused not just me, but both sides of the situation to grow and to better themselves. I look back now to the last 3 months of my life and I am proud of myself for taking and learning how to handle a situation like that. I took steps that I never thought I had to take, but I understand now why they had to be taken. and there was a huge lesson to be learned from both parties and to grow from here. And I'm very, very grateful that I can close that door, because now I have opened up a whole new one, and I found a side of strength that I freaking still don't even feel or realize that I had. I don't believe that people should continue to be shamed if they're trying to pick their life back up. And I'm in a peaceful place. I'm in a much better place. And really to express to those who felt the need to indirectly get themselves involved that if you don't know both sides to a story and you're only going to comment on one, just know that the other side is watching and sees everything and is affected by that too. And I have such an amazing circle and people in my life, and I can say that I have learned so much about myself that I will and am taking with me to the future. Anyways, to conclude this very long video, if you got to the end, thank you so much for watching. I genuinely appreciate it. Everything goes up from here, eyes are forward, it's all good. I have a great sense of peace in my heart and joy, and I will catch you in the next video.